Hello, Society members and our viewers worldwide. My name is Charles Knippen. I'm the president of the National Society of Leadership and Success. And today I'm happy to be hosting another Thought Leaders series. What we are doing in these interview series is that we are sitting down with industry leaders and talking about their stories. And so what we're going to be doing today is speaking with a music legend, a living legend in the music industry, Mr. L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid, he has produced over 100 #1 hits on the Billboard charts. He has worked with a variety of artists from around the world, people that everyone know, including people like Rihanna, Usher, Mariah Carey, Future, Outkast, and a range of other artists. And so what we're going to be talking about today is your story, because you have a new book out.
Yes.
Called Sing to Me.
Sing to Me, yes. I'm very happy about it.
And it starts all the way back in my hometown of Cincinnati, Ohio, as well as yours.
Exactly.
And so what we'd like to know, it really chronicles your struggles, your successes, and the artists who you met along the way.
Right.
And so what I'd like to do is start with a question about where you started. And because your start really begins with your passion, music.
Right.
And if you could, one of the things that's most intriguing for our leaders, all students from around the country, they want to know how you take a passion and you turn it into a career. And so with your passion in music, where did that start? And then what did that transition look like into a career for you in taking that passion?
Well, yeah, you're accurate. My passion always has been music. And trying to figure out a music career separate of just having a passion was a bit of a challenge. And music is everywhere. Music is on radio, music is on television, music is in film, music is involuntary when you get on an elevator sometimes, right? Music is in cars passing by. So I just thought about all the places where music lived. Even as a kid, all the places where music lived, and how do I get there? So I would go to radio stations, or I would go to music stores, or I would go to television stations, and I wasn't shy. I'm more shy now, but I wasn't shy as a kid, you know. And I would just go in, and I would go into studios, or I had bands, I always had bands, I was in band class. I would have to say that I really learned it all in my high school.
Really?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in my choir class. Although I wasn't a singer, I had a teacher, the late Terry Brown, who was our choir teacher. But the real point of it was I had a teacher who was a huge influence and really allowed me to sort of take a ringside seat and just watch and learn about music. And it all started with that. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know every instrument. I wanted to know voice tones, harmonies, and I just needed to be around it. And my music teacher also was, he was a professional or semi-professional because he actually had a band that played on weekends. So eventually he asked me to join his band. So, so everything for me came from school, and it really, I'm making a point that probably I don't need to make right now, but it matters to me a lot, is that when there's music in schools, there are more opportunities for kids to figure it out. So if music is your passion and it's available in school, then it sort of, gives you a path. When there is no music, it's like, what would the world be like without music? Well, we're kind of seeing it in some cases.
Yeah. One of the things that you just mentioned, as far as being persistent, you were just everywhere. You were just doing everything. And beyond music, for our students who aren't, thinking about a career in music, what are some of those skills, or what are some of the things, the traits that you had that you think you can turn that passion into a career regardless of the field that you're interested in? What are some of the things that you did?
Things that really mattered to me were presentation. I always thought that how you present yourself and how you present whatever it is that you're pitching, it always mattered. And to take that a step further, I was such a stickler for presentation that I wouldn't even allow handwriting on my cassette tapes. It had to be typed. It had to be professional, right? And that's like a very small example, but it sends a message, right? Everything was about packaging to me. Everything was presentation, and it was also really important to just be kind, to be nice to everyone, because you just never knew, and still you just never know when you're going to meet someone the second time. So, but presentation was everything to me.